a cold and windy day. I don't know where the wind comes from. It feels like though it comes from Antarctica or somewhere, because it's coming from this way, and down here is like towards the direction of like Tasmania or Antarctica, or maybe it comes in from the side of the ocean or something. So you're like going, geez, that's cold wind. And I had this dream, had a singer in it. They were literally leaving after they performed from this venue, which is was at, my one of the schools I used to go to, which is totally unreal. But he was in this car, he was driving, he looked in the rear view mirror. I waved at him from a nearby distance, from near where the crowd is. But then he smiled and waved back, while looking in the rear view mirror, and then he drove off. I was like, oh, that's such a, I don't know, it brought tears to my eyes this morning, and I was like, in bed, because I was actually crying because literally I looked in my dream like I look now, so I don't really look the same as I used to, and I'm sort of thinking, geez, I'm a little embarrassed about my looks now, because I'm just sort of keep on hoping that it's just I've put on a lot of weight and stuff, and otherwise my face has totally changed shape and contour, and I'm thinking, I really just blah everything, it's I know no one really minds the way I look, but I don't look the same as I used to, and I'm I sort of just heightened my feeling of sort of loss over my image, I look different, and I have no idea how this person would see me if they saw me tomorrow or something, and I'm thinking, well, they don't look the same either though. So in this dream they sort of looked similar to what they used to look like, as opposed to now they look totally different, and I know why. So I don't hold them or their opinion in high regard anymore, but the dream sort of brought out the idea of, I don't know, and I don't know, I was crying, and yeah, and then I was feeling sorry for myself because I don't look the same. I was like, geez, I don't know if I look the same, and I don't know how I look to other people. I just sort of grin it and bear it. And I'm going, well, that's an emotional morning for me. So, so I get kind of moods of shyness, oh, what will people think if they've seen you ages ago, but they don't know what you look like now? Will they think you're ugly, or they think you're the same, or be into you as a person? I don't really know how they see you, and you're going, I don't know if I hold my image in high regard anymore, so I sort of just pretend I don't know, that everything's fine. I mean, I just sort of know everything's fine. I don't pretend it, but I don't look the same either, and I'm desperately trying to lose a few pounds just in case it makes a difference to the way my face looks, but I think ultimately I look older, and it sort of weighs down on you when you want to look how you did 15 years ago, as opposed to now, and you're well, it's not as though I look old, it's just that I look different, it's not I don't have that same high cheekbone prettiness about my face anymore. I've got this totally round face, and it has no cheekbones, absolutely no cheekbones, so in a way I look kind of plump and younger, but in another way I sort of don't look the same. So, and I have no idea what they liked about me, but I just saw my face in that dream, and I was well, that's what I look like, and I don't really regard it very highly as how I used to look, when obviously I knew this person ages ago. So, but they don't, in reality, they don't look like they did in that dream either. I mean, in that dream they sort of looked 20 years younger, and it was they looked totally different, and yeah, so now when I look at them from this year, I let go. I have no idea what they look like anymore, but I don't know, this new image that they developed like quite a while ago is like, I just have to think they look ugly and I'll be like shrinking. No, it's not as though they look ugly, it's just that they've changed, and I'm not even sure if I want to know them anymore and stuff, and either, but I don't know. But I'm going to their concert later, so just to see, and I will be so embarrassed if they ask me out on stage for myself, because I don't look, I don't think I look any good, and you always have cameras and stuff on you, and it's like, if they film me and they actually publish me this time somewhere, because they don't usually publish everyone who hops up on stage, but if they did, I'd be like going, great, you published the image where I look like crap, you know. So but I think it'd be a mixture of, I want to do it but I'm embarrassed too, so just because I know like every angle of my face is, you can't get a good angle, you know, you can't get anything right unless it's coming down from the top. And so literally every contour of my face is non-photogenic anymore. Like I used to have a totally photogenic face, and now it's like you'll just get this fat overweight face which is all just, it's like I've got a round face with a little face in the middle, you know. And you know, lately, like, well, in the past few years, my chin's been like a double chin and everything, and I'm like, because I put on that much weight, and I keep exercising, thinking, oh, maybe if I lose weight, my face will tighten up, but it's also my face, and I'm like, every image, if I go up on stage, if they ask me up, I mean, they totally drag just one person in a room of over 550,000 people. They totally drag just one person up on stage, and I'm just thinking, if they drag me up, I'm gonna look so overweight and so unphotogenic, and so it'll be so terrible, you know, if there's a camera on you. And I'm just like thinking, it's gonna look really bad. And I'm like, it would be so embarrassing, and I don't know if they're gonna be nice, sit you down in a chair, or sing to you, or what, but I would just have to, like, I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, thinking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know what people would think, but go away, Muzzy. Yeah. But it will look bad, you know. And I know he doesn't look the same, but he doesn't look bad. I'm gonna look bad. Oh my gosh! But hopefully, sometimes I don't get chosen on stage. I've gotten chosen quite a few times, but sometimes I haven't. It's like I missed out. And sometimes that's made up, because when you go outside, he's sometimes outside waiting by his cars to sign autographs, meet people, take photos, and sometimes he picks up a person in their car and drives off. So, but I don't even know if anyone will notice me there. I don't really know if I'll be seen by anyone, but I'm definitely going, and it's like, I don't know. I just hope I don't get attacked by anyone, because sometimes people do try and attack you, and you're like, I don't want to know you and stuff, but at least I'm not on the floor. I won't be on the floor this time, so, which is where a lot of people get jumped by other people, so at least I have that out of an ease. And I'm like thinking, oh yes, I'm so glad I didn't choose those tickets. I'd been having a knotted stomach already. But over needing to dial emergency 0 halfway through the show. So yeah. But I don't know. I have no idea what she's doing. Kiara, what are you doing? I just hope she doesn't drag out a snake or something. She's a silly dog. She could easily find a snake. Oh, she's got something there. I don't even know if you can see this. I literally cannot see anything on this camera. Anyway, so I'm gonna ask my parent yet if I can book a hotel room for one night on the Saturday, so I can just stay at the hotel and then come back on the train or whatever on the Sunday. Have them pick me up on the Sunday. I don't even know if I will be living here, but if I am, it's like, oh, can I book a hotel? Once before we've stayed at exactly the same hotel, and it's like, isn't that just like weird that we booked the same hotel? It is weird, isn't it? Like almost like they're stalking you already. I don't know. But I really want to lose weight now that I've picked up my interest of meeting people. Otherwise I look terrible. I should just say yes to everything and then be like, it's not my fault if I look bad. But yeah. I look okay. I mean, my weight's down a tiny bit. But it's my face. It's like my face is so overweight. I have a double chin. Well, actually, I think my double chin's gone down a bit. I don't feel it, so it says double, so it might all work out. And then they can be jealous, like, I look so old and you look so like you did yesterday. I love those sorts of comments, but I don't know if that's what they'll say. I mean, maybe they don't think I'll look the same. I was thinking about dressing up so I look a little different, but I often do wear wigs and things when I go out, so it's like I look a little different, but sometimes I find it hard to realize it's me. And they're like, I know, I don't want to know that chick with the brown hair. It's like, oh. And I'm like, what? Is that you? I was like, but I once wore an Asian kind of headpiece, and that was quite popular, so I might get a headpiece offline and wear it again or something. I don't know. I'm seeing their concert later this year, so I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous. I don't even know if I like them anymore, so I guess I'll see. I don't even know if it's worth the money. But I guess I'll see whether or not I just thought that, I'm not sure if they're going to be famous for too much longer, so I thought I may as well see their concert. Because you never know when, all those world tours and things are going to end, and when they're going to, like, drop out in their fame and whatnot. And then you had nothing to go to. No, you have other things to go to, but you don't have their concert to go to, and it's like, this might be like the last one, but I don't know. But I'm not expecting anything, I'm just seeing what it's like, really. I don't ever expect anything, but sometimes things surprise you, what you get. But I want to buy like a key ring or a bracelet or something if they have something from a gift shop. Maybe a hat or something. So that's like $80 there. um, I usually buy key rings or magnets, something fairly small, but I might want to buy a hat or something, I don't know. I don't really want to buy their CD, but I could buy a CD. I don't know. It's like $55,000, 55,000. It's either 55 or 550,000 people. I have a feeling it's 550 actually. So it's a good opportunity for them if they want to sell CDs there, right? So I'm going to check out the novelty shop anyways, just to see if there's anything to buy. To remember the concert by. The first thing that I look for is magnets and key rings. The next thing I look for is wallets and hats or t-shirts or something. So not like I'll wear them, but they're good merchandise to sell in the future. If you want to, I mean, unless you don't want to. And especially if you get it signed. I got something signed by them a couple of times, but people jump you. Like, I catch the bus and it's like they jump you and like threaten you by knife point to get whatever you've gotten. And it's like, and they run off with it. So that's a bad thing about fans. Not all of them are polite. If someone's got something signed, they want it, and they jump you and threaten you. They have always gotten it, and I'm like, I wanted it. I want it to keep or sell. I don't know. I want it. I want the signature. I'm like, what makes you think I don't want it? I'm so easy to jump. It's like not funny. Like, people literally can just push me around, and I'm like, wait, I want that. Like, I argue, but I don't get violent. And if someone's violent, it's like I'm usually running away, like throwing whatever at them in a race. I'm like the worst person to get something, but I have gotten their signature a couple of times, but I've always been jumped afterwards. I get it, and then it's like, I want it. Like, he only signs a few, and then he leaves, and it's like, and they're like, I want it. So, as you can see, I'm sort of excited. I'm pretty excited. Even though I don't necessarily like them anymore, I'm not sure, like, how it is, like, if they're standing in front of you, how you like them and how you don't like them. But on their image and on their film clips, I don't necessarily like them. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't really like what they're looking like on all their social medias and stuff, and then I sort of, yeah, so I have no idea, like, if I like them or not. I'm just going. Hopefully things are cool and I don't get killed or anything, so, because I'm only really going to treat myself to something positive at the end of a long year where I've worked, like the whole year. I just looked up randomly, what concerts can I go to? And then it's like, this person, I've been to that concert before, I know what it's going to be like. And yeah, so I'm going to the concert, as a treat, so it better be positive because it's a treat, I'm supposed to be getting a positive experience out of it and not like be threatened or insulted or anything. I'm supposed to be having fun. It's like, maybe concerts aren't the thing to do to have fun. Because it's so varied the way people can insult you or assault you at concerts, and it's like, or maybe it'll just be nice and easy, and then I'll be like, that was a treat, other than feeling like you have to call the police and jump around with your emotions. And anyway, so that dream that spurred, it's like not reality, but it sort of inflamed my emotions today. And I was like thinking about that, and then I'm like going, oh wait, I'm going to do the concert at the end of the year. It's going to be so cool. But yeah. Anyway, I better go do something else.